What's up, YouTube? This is Bystander X79 representing Team FTK, and guys, today I'm coming to you with my latest episode of YGO Pro Replay. Today, I'm going to be piloting my Frognar deck. Guys, if you want to see that deck profile, the link to that deck profile will be down in the description box below. You're going to see what cards I've been using in that particular version. And, of course, we're going to be seeing how the deck plays against some of the best decks that are around out there. So, as you can see, the first deck is matched up, is lined up. It's going to be Frognar versus Invoked. Okay, before we get into anything, all these script errors right there is basically alerting us to what's happening with the YGO Percy. The YGO Percy is going to be shut down on May 5th. They're no longer being this particular platform is no longer being supported by the people who made it. In fact, they're actually moving on to a different platform. It's going to be the YGO Pro, which is basically just like YGO Pro. It just has quite a few other tweaks to it. It actually runs very smoother, a lot smoother than Percy can run at times, and it's a great upgrade. But this is not a review of that particular platform. We're working on YGO Pro. So let's just dive right into this. This is my starting hand, Vanity's Theme, which is basically a win condition in this deck. You have Rise of the Star Monarch, which can spin cards back to the top of the opponent's deck, locking them into their drawers. To Frog, when it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you're getting a search for another Frog monster. You got Enemy Controller, which can swap monsters' battle positions, or even steal monsters if you tribute off one of your own. And of course, you got Ash Blossom, good old Ash being able to stop things. Their starting deck, they have an Ash themselves, they have a Call by the Grave, they have an Effect Veiler, Alistair, the Invoker, and Invocation are in hand. So this is probably going to be the Invoke Hand Trap version of the deck. So let's just get going. We both agreed to Master Rule 5. I go first, and I basically T-set my dupe and my enemy controller and throw it to my opponent. Alright, at this point he opens into a Kaiju. So what he's going to do is basically tribute off my frog, give me the Kaiju, and he's going to summon out Alistair. He's going to search for an invocation. He doesn't really need to, but he has one in his hand. I immediately Ash that. Goes into invocation. He basically baits out my Ash to go in for a Purgatorial. It's not bad. I still have enemy controller, so he's going to swing at me with the Purgatorial. I'm going to put his Purgatorial into defense position. He's going to recycle Alistair and invocation back into his hand. And, of course, boom, into defense position. He sets his Call by the Grave, and for me, it's basically steal his Purgatorial, drop Vanity's Fiend, attack with both the Kaiju and Vanity's Fiend, and that's pretty much it. He draws the next card as an instant fusion. He can't do anything right now. Can't special summon. I mean, even if he does manage to almost summon out Invoker and get the invocation, he can't do anything with it. He is stuck. He is going to scoop, bam, and there's a win. Alright, can't ignore Frognar versus Shaddolls. Alright, so we're going to pause right here. This is actually a pretty damn awesome card in this deck, Powder Virus. This is actually not not the typical Invoked Shaddoll deck you're going to be seeing. This is actually a Danger Shaddoll deck. It's very pretty awesome. El Shaddoll Fusion, Powder Virus, Shaddoll Beast. He's got Danger Mothman and Monster Reborn all in his hand. If you swap over to me, I have my Celestial Observatory, I have Creature Swap, I have 2 Kaias, and I have 1 Ryza. So basically what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to get rid of the Ryza. Once I see what he's playing, draw 2 more cards. Okay, so he basically activates Mothman. He has to pitch his Monster Reborn, gets another Shaddoll Beast into his hand. He's got Pot of Harvest on the field. Okay, Shaddoll Fusion, which basically allows him to call into Windows, shutting me down to 1 special summon per turn. Okay. Allows him to draw into a Chupacabra. Chupacabra gets him the morph him back in the field, which he tributes for another Shaddoll Beast, so we can draw more on his next turn. And right now he's got 1, 2, 3 monsters in the graveyard, so 2 more monsters in the graveyard, and Pot of Harvest is pretty much live. Alright, open him with the Ronin Toad. So I do go into Celestial Observatory, returning to Ryza. I managed to get into my Treeborn Frog. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a little something cute. The whole Treeborn Frog, and he gives me his face down monster. Okay, uses Mothman, pitches, we both draw, we both have to get rid of. Ronin Toad goes to the graveyard, he attacks into the Shaddoll Beast to get him an extra draw, he gets into Bureau, he returns the 5 monsters into his deck. Drawer 2, so right now he's got the Null Shaddoll Ario, he's got another Pot of Harvest in hand, and he swings into me for 2,200. Boom. Okay. At this point, I draw Upstart, so activate Upstart. Can't really do anything else with Pot of Extravagance, so wait on this next turn. He's gonna basically set Avarice again, use Bigfoot, which is gonna pitch to the Bureau, get in the Bureau, Bigfoot out, swings into me for 22. I'm not gonna let him get 5,000 points on me, so boom. Draw again. Alright, so now I have Stormforce, which means I can just tribute off the big monster, get out, Caius, banish El Shaddoll window, which is you can hit him with 1,000 points of damage, and I can get rid of Treeborn Frog and get that engine online for me, which is awesome. But before that, I'm going to actually utilize Part of Extravagance. So I actually lost Link Karibo, Cerberus, Borosword. I have Herald, the Pure Light. I lost the Totally Awesome, which sucks. And a full-time Strike Bouncer. Also not that good. Okay. But yeah. Hit him. And Treeborn. Alright. And I also have the other Monarch Stormforth and the Pot of Extravagance on the field. So far, looking so good. I drew into a Majesty's Fiend. He draws into Shaddoll Hedgehog. He's going to utilize a Super Poly to fusion off for another Winda. And another Arborist comes in, recycling all his monsters, drawing 2 more. Another Allure of Darkness. I mean, Super Poly as well. So he's got Squamata, Falco, and Beast back in hand. So he's looking pretty well. Hits me with another 22. I'm dangerously low on life points, but I do have my... And I summon out a Majesty Fiend just to prevent monster effects. Hit him with another 24, so I got damage off of him. But of course, he's got El Shaddoll Ario, which he's going to then Super Poly into Construct. And then basically recycle a whole lot of things. He's going to hit me with Ariel's effect, which is basically banishing 3 cards. And then, wow, sends the... Uses Squamata to send Dragon, which is going to pop my back row, which is really not a threat, but still I lose at this point. So he got me pretty bad. So, alright, we're going to come up this way. We're going to do Frognark versus Dinosaur again. My friend Doom. And starting here in Ronin, Ryza, Caius, Treeborn, Enemy Controller. He's... Oof, just look at his starting hand. Nibiru, he's wearing the Shaddoll Dinosaur version. He's got Lost World. He's got Super Poly as well as 2 Shaddoll, fusions, so okay. We both agreed, again, to Master Rule 5. So, basically, T-Set, Boom Boom, Treeborn, and Enemy Controller. He gets Miscellaneousaurus, so he basically activates the Lost World. He's going to summon the token to my field. Alright, he's going to attack into the token, allows him to get Baby Ceratosaurus, which gets his Overraptor, and that's going to help him set off a lot of things. Let's go Overtext, which gets him Double Evolution Pill. So he's going pretty ham combo at this point. Okay, he gets Stoka, gets Ultimate Conductor Corano, and he sets both of the Shaddoll Fusion and Super Poly. Not bad, not bad. So far, so good. Alright, so at this point, I have a creature swap as well as Ronin Toadin, which I basically T-set again, let him swing into it. I swept his ultimate conductor into his defense position. He manages to beat because Lost World's up with Dolka, but still, I have nothing on my field, which means Treeborn Fog is going to come out. That's going to pretty much going to eat up his Dolka at that point, allowing me to get a Tribute Summon monster onto the field. My initial plan was to basically use Treeborn Fog to either eat up his monsters, or if he was going to let the Treeborn Fog get on the field, it was going to be Stormforth to tribute off the Dolka, used Caius to banish Conductor Commando, and then swing into him. All right. Moving forward, of course, Sacred Beast. So you wonder what he's playing. All right, Master Rule 5, we both agree to, and we are just going to... Yep, he is playing the Sacred Beast. He's got Lightning Storm in there, which, in my opinion, I don't think is a good card in this particular deck, because you're going to have a lot of things on board. So you're not really going to be able to get a lot of value out of this unless you're going second. He's going first, so he's pretty much stuck with that card in his hand. All right, so he goes into his little combo, which allows him to basically get out both the Dark Beckoning Beast as well as the Dark Summoning Beast, which is going to allow him to basically get out Raviel. He's going to basically do some more searching, and he gets another Dark Summoning Beast. He's got 2 Hormones in his hand. He's got the new retrained version of Raviel, as well as Uriah in his hand. And me, I only got a couple of frogs, a few creature swaps, and an Upstart Goblin. All right, so I got Toad, draw into Infinite Permanence. I use this to dump Dupe into the graveyard, get a banished Dupe, get Toad on the field, play creature swap around, swing into the Toad, as well as his life points with the Raviel I swiped, and it's pretty much awesome from there. All right, he just drew into an Ash Blossom. He's going to be utilizing Dark Summoning Beasts, gets out another Raviel, but basically because a lot of the spells prevent him from attacking the turn he summons the beasts. Yeah, I pretty much have him at this point. Draw. Okay, got Caius. Do another creature swap. Bam, bam. And then it's basically attack into the frog with 1 Raviel. Going to swing in his life points. And I win the game at that point. So, yeah. I call creature swap a kind of cheeky play, but it does help you get wins by taking away your opponent's boss monsters, as you can see. All right. This is actually something pretty cool. The Frognaut versus Gaia. This is the new R-type support that's coming out this August. We're just going to turn on swap out, take a quick look at the cards. All right, we have Curse of Dragonfire. Okay, we got Bombarding Catapult Turtles is one of the new cards. Tribute 1 monster, special summon 1 Gaia the Fierce Knight monster, or 1 level 5 dragon monster from your deck. From your hand or deck. You can only use this effect of Bombarding Catapult Turtle once per turn. That's actually a damn awesome card. It's a level 4, not a level 5, which makes it even better. All right, he's got Lord Gaia the Fierce Knight. He's got the Spiral Discharge. While Gaia the Dragon Champion is in your monster zone, your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attacks, except for Gaia the Dragon Champion. When an attack is declared involving your Gaia the Dragon Champion, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it. You can only use this effect of Spiral Discharge once per turn. That's actually a damn good trap. He's got Ash Blossom to stop searches, which is awesome. Okay, I myself have Caius, Toad, a Stormforth, Creature Swap, and an Ash Blossom. So T-set the Toad as well as Creature Swap. See what he does. He draws into a second copy of his Bombarding Catapult Turtle. He's going to summon out Lord Gaia because if opponent controls a monster, it's basically a Cyber Dragon effect. You can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, if the monster with higher attack than this card is special summoned to your opponent's field, you can make this card gain 700 attack. That's pretty cool effect. I'm not going to lie. He brings out the Catapult Turtle, which is going to search out a thing. I'm going to Ash that, so he's not going to get anything from the deck. Toad goes to the graveyard. He sets the Spiral Discharge Trap. Draw into Caius, tribute off the monster, banish his face down, and swing into him for 2,400. Alright, you got Infinite and Perm, the Catapult Turtle, gets out the new Cursed Dragon, Curse of Dragon. If this card is normal special summon, you can add one spell or trap card from your deck to your hand that specifically lists Gaia the Dragon Champion in its tech. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Gaia the Dragon Champion you control, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls with attack less than or equal to the targeted monsters. Until the end of this turn, you can only use each effect of Cursed Dragon, Curse of Dragon once per turn. Pretty awesome with this R-type. It's actually going to be pretty interesting to see what's going on with this thing. So he actually gets out the Gaia, the Charging Gaia, which is the field spell. While Gaia, the Dragon Champion, is in your monster zone, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects during the battle phase. Alright, so that basically prevents battle traps like Mirror Force from being used. Reveal one Gaia, the Fierce Knight monster in your hand. Add one level 5 dragon monster from your deck to your hand. That's actually a pretty cool search effect. Reveal one level 5 dragon type monster from your hand. Add one Gaia, the Fierce Knight monster from your deck to your hand. So it's a searcher field spell, which is pretty damn awesome. For the R-type, he's going to grab... He revealed the Curse of Dragonfire. He's going to grab the new Gaia, the Magical Knight. Same style of effects what he has. This card is always treated as Gaia, the Fierce Knight card. If this controls no monsters, your opponent controls a monster with 2300 or more attack, you can normal summon this card without attributing. So it's not a special summon, it's a tribute. If this card is normal summon or special summon, you can special summon one level 5 dragon monster from your hand or graveyard. In defense position, you can only use this effect of Gaia, the Magical Knight once per turn. That's actually pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to open up with a Swap Frog. Going to dump that. So I'm going to try to dump that, but he ashes it. Use Creature Swap. Grab his Curse of Dragonfire. Boom. Hit him with another 2400. So it's pretty cool. Alright, so right now he's got the Gaia, the Magical Knight in the field, as well as Infinite Impermanence and Lost Wind, which will come into play later. Gets rid of the Cursed Dragon. Searches out another Magical Knight. Okay, Toad comes out. I tribute to Toad. Banish his monster. He uses Infinite Imperm to negate. Not a problem because before monsters are 2400. Swing over. 2400. And at this point, this is the mistake I make. I overextend. Go into a Xyz monster thinking I'm just going to bounce off a card that he's going to normal summon during his turn. He's got Lost Wind, which is going to cut my monster's attack in half and negate its effect. Oh, this is what I'm really pissed off about most in this duel. I just should have kept both Caius on the field, but no, I had to overextend, and it cost me this duel in the long run because Lost Wind, bam, Gaia the Dragon Champion. Now he's just gonna go off Magical Knight, normal summon, Curse Dragon, and he gets the fusion. All right, the new fusion right now is basically Galloping Gaia the Dragon Champion. One Gaia the Fierce Knight monster plus one Dragon type monster. This card's name becomes Gaia the Dragon Champion while it's on the field. This card is special summon. You can add one Spear Strike from your deck or graveyard to your hand. When this card declares an attack on your opponent's monster, you can change that battle position of the monster. Okay. He still got magical. Gaia Knight, he utilized which two monsters? He used so he got, it was Curse of Dragon, and I think the Gaia Dragon. So we're just going to do this. Okay, so what happens? He uses the effect, Spiral, Spirit Strike, Gaia the Fierce Knight, Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight, or Gaia the Dragon Champion control, attacks and defense position, inflict piercing damage to your opponent's monster. Okay. If Gaia Dragon Champion inflicts battle damage, you draw 2 cards. And this card 1, he also has that fusion spell. Fusion summon 1 Dragon Fusion monster from your extra deck using fusion monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. So it's kind of generic in there. And if Gaia Dragon Champion, if it's Gaia Dragon Champion, it gains 2600 attack. Also make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Ouch! Just ouch. And of course, bam, he's going to switch into defense position, 3200. He draws 2 cards. Bam, hits me with 2300. I'm pretty much drawing dead at this point. I use this to get Treeborn, trying to get Swap Froggy. I'm doing this. He uses Lost Wind. To be honest, I could have went into Swap Frog, but I went into this guy to try to recycle something back into my deck. But yeah, it's pretty much game over from this point. All because I overextended. Let that be a lesson. If you got the control of the field, do not overextend and give your opponent an opening to exploit. Okay, got a few duels against some of the new Dark Lord support, so I'm going to show you guys that. Alright, so, new Dark Lord support, we got Dark Lord Enchantment, we got the Dark Lord Ichkel, Nashton, Vandeglion, the Dark Dragon Lord, as well as the Sanctified Dark Lord. Alright, so what's going to happen is that we're going to come over here. I got Celestial Observatory, I got Ash, I got Caius the Shadow Monarch, we got Creature Swap, as well as the Monarch Storm 4th. So we're going to play this out. Alright, draws, I'm going to negate. And that he pretty much shuts down his turn. He doesn't have any way to get other cards out on the field. He's got a monster effect, but he pretty much, that's it. And he can't really respond, so he scoops at this point. Do get a return match right here. Dark Lord 2. A little bit better back and forth. We're going to pause, look at the hands. Okay, we got Banishment of the Dark Lords. One Dark Lord card from your deck to your hand, except for Banishment of the Dark Lords. You can only activate one Banishment of Dark Lords per turn, which is cool. We got Sanctified Dark Lord, Solemn Strike, we got Dark Lord Contract, and we got Dark Lord Superbia. Alright, so I set my dupe and my enemy controller. Alright, so he gets the Voltanis, the Adjunctor. Okay, add one of your counter trap cards that has been activated and resolved. You contribute all monsters you control to special summon this card. If this card is special summoned in this way, destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of fairy type monsters you contribute. Pretty good way to clear your opponent's field. He goes into the XHL, which is going to get him his extra draws. Alright. So he gets him the Dark Lord Amadusk, as well as Dark Lord Descent. He's going to special summon out Superbia with Dark Contract. Alright, that's going to get him a monster from the graveyard, which is going to be Xchel, 2500 attack, spends 1,000 life points, and he's going to utilize the effect of the spell card that allows him to search. Again, boom. Another Xchel to draw more cards, sets things, too close to the graveyard. I draw into swap. Not bad. Vanity's Emptiness. Pitches Ronin. Ronin comes out. Goes into the toadally, which is going to basically negate. He's going to basically negate my monster and gain life points back. From there, he's going to go into the link. Send more monsters to the graveyard. Dark Lord Contract. Suburbia comes out. Out comes the Matchton, and then he also brings out the Dark Lord Ichkel. At this point, he's got a level 10, a level 7, and a level 8 on the field, as well as the Link Monster. I mean, he could start swinging at this point, but he probably is afraid of my card, which can just shut monsters into defense position. Okay, we got some pretty awesome card duels against Frognar versus Odd Eyes Magician. Alright, so we're going to pause this. Terraforming, Black Fang, Toon, as well as the Supreme King Dragon Darkworm, as well as Wisdom Eye. A pretty good opening hand for Odd Eyes Pendulum. We got Ryza, Ash Blossom, Dupe, another Ash Blossom, and an enemy controller. Okay, we're going to go through Master 5, both players. Okay, basically uses Black Fang's effect to get Wisdom Eye off. He gets by the Poison Magician onto the field. He's going to try to search out his field spell. That's going to wind up getting ashed. No field spell for you. He's going to Pendulum summon out the Wisdom Eye as well as Darkworm and Toon. Alright, gets the search. Gets the special summon. Overlays for Dark Rebellion. Not a bad field. Alright, Impermanence, IT set, the dupe. We got the enemy controller, and then I also have the Impermanent on the field. Just in case. Brings out his Chronograph, as well as Supreme Gate. That's going to start popping things off. He's got his Starving Venom out on the field. Going to negate the Chronograph, which is a mistake. It's a tribute, as a cost. So, that doesn't help. He's going to go into the Time Star Magician. I'm going to Ash that, block that from happening. Boom. He doesn't attack at this point. Okay. Dupe Frog, enemy controller. Going to tribute off the dupe for the Dark Rebellion. I'm going to use this effect to basically cut down the Magician's effect, swing into him, tribute it off for my Majesty. Okay. He's still going to pendulum summon stuff out, chronograph, and Odd Eyes, and that's basically going to hit me with 2100 attack. Pot of Extravagance comes out, banish 6. Okay, Foolish Sparrow is going to get Treeborn offline. I lost Linkuriboh, Unicorn, we got Borosaur, Gachi, number 39, which hurts, and then full-time Strike Bouncer. So I do have constant Tommy in the deck. Again, tribute off the Odd Eyes, swing into his Starving Venom, pretty much clear his field. He's going to do the same thing, bring back the monster, search more stuff, pendulum stuff and other things, pop things, get out the Supreme King, which is going to allow him to bring other stuff back. Okay, he goes into Sharuja, going to fix his hand, and battle phase, 400 points. He doesn't swing into me with the chronograph, which is interesting. Treeborn Frog comes out, banishes Sharuja, swing into his chronograph, boom. So there's a lot of good back and forth in this duel so far. You got finally got Sky Iris. Okay, but doesn't Pendulum summons out Odd Eyes, and he doesn't bother bringing out any other monster or attacking me, which is just weird. All right, so out comes the cheeky play. I grab his Odd Eyes, swing into him, boom, and then swing hard. He's down to 300. Got the spell, activates Sky Iris, pop stuff. Can't really do anything right at this point. So he scoops. We get a rematch. And we're going to go into this real fast. Okay, so Vanity's Fiend. Again, WinCon, guys. Dupe Frog. We got 2 Stormforth as well as enemy controller. Over here, Dark Worm, Odd Eyes Pendulum. We got White Wing Magician, Star Pendulum Graph, as well as the Supreme King Gate Infinity. Swap back. We're going to go into this. Master Rule 5. In effect. Alright, so basically almost a T set. Dupe and the enemy controller. Okay, Black Fang, so he should set his scales, pop the pendulum summon out of stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Gets to search out the gate. Pop stuff, gets Dark Rebellion on the field. Supreme King Gate, and then attacks my monster, loses 200 points. I just basically force the monster into defense position to keep my dupe on the field, even though I don't really need to do that. Tribute off his Odd Eyes, get out Vanity's Fiend, and that's pretty much game at this point because now he can't do anything else. He can't pendulum summon. All he can do is set. At this point, use another card, tribute off the monster, spin the card back to the top of the extra deck, and swing into him hard. Draws into another gate, and the game is done. I did try to ask this player for deck build. He declined. But guys, I can tell you right now, it was insanely fun playing this deck against so many different decks. And I can tell you right now, this deck can hold its own. So do not count this deck out. There's plenty of other options you can include in this deck as well to really bump up the annoyance level if you want to go that far. So guys, as always, if you want to check the deck profile out, the link is in the description box below. Also, sub to my channel, as well as to other individual channels for the Team FTK members. Guys, we work really hard to put content out for you guys to enjoy. Like the video, subscribe here, and to the Team FTK members, as always. And guys, until next time, as always, peace.